Yo, what up?
Sounds like when you're doing your sets of 6 and everything, only maybe the last set was the failure. Everything else, like you said, 4 or 5 or 6, you could have got 15. So did you only take like the last set to failure, the last working set?
Well, what it was, Ron, I wanted to save my energy, you know, and I always felt like high reps, and by me having a fast metabolism, that wasn't helping me. I needed to maximize my strength, and I had to overload that muscle. And I'm trying to build those thick muscle fibers, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do high reps and get cut. For me, I had to, the heavier the weight was, the more my body would respond, and the thicker muscle that I would build, you know? So I would always keep my rep range 4 to 6 off season. You know?
I'm really genuinely fucking confused by YouTube's online like their terms of service when it comes to live streams. I have no idea if they intended to have the policy only apply to like IRL streamers or something. Like you're not supposed to be. But like again, I just don't get it. I don't know why you can't react to any kind of gun content on live stream. It's so weird because the wording suggests you can't, and then I got the fucking like strike for it. It's so fucked. And like I'm into airsoft. I don't know if that applies to airsoft or like if it doesn't, but it will anyway because the AI fucking algorithm thing.
What is up all of?
You know, I would only go 12 reps to 15 reps when I was about a month out from a show. You know, then I would start doing the high rep stuff, but I wouldn't do that until the last 2 sets of my chest workout or leg workout or whatever it was, just to burn myself.
Hey, Gum. Yes, come here. Come cuddle. Where are you in the North skill? I have no idea. Don't care. Thanks, dude.
Declaration deadline for gun owners to participate in the Liberals' buyback program has come and gone with less than stellar results. Fewer than half of the.
Do you have a favorite breed of cat? Gummy is a tabby. Can't say I do. I just like cats. Every kitty is special in their own silly way. This is a really special cat. He's just a big cuddle monster. He's so big. Isn't that right, Gum? Thanks, Dodo.
Number of firearms the government was hoping to collect were declared. And there's been pushback from several provinces to the program, as well as criticism from numerous law enforcement agencies and police associations.
No, it's not numerous. It's literally every single one. Literally every single police agency across the entire country has said this buyback program is pointless.
So why is this initiative that is projected to cost billions falling short? Well, let's bring in Noah Schwartz, a firearms policy researcher and the author of the book Targeted, which looks at gun culture in Canada. He has also just published a study looking at the efficacy of gun control laws post-2019 here in this country. Noah, thanks so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so the results so far of this gun buyback program are not meeting the Liberals' expectations. Are you surprised by this, or was this to be expected?
I'm not hugely surprised. I think the program lacked legitimacy from the beginning, but certainly in the latter stages hit a couple of fairly big snags. I think, first of all, the time delay, right? That it took 6 years to get this program on the go from the time it was announced. And that's a really big time lag when you think about other buybacks that have happened in countries like New Zealand and Australia fairly quickly, within a year or so of
Buyback program in Australia was a complete failure. Only 30% of people complied, and it had no effect on gun violence.
the incident that the government was using as an excuse to
Same
bring
with
them
New
in.
Zealand.
You also have, issues like the minister being caught on a hot mic, talking about the politics of the program, saying it's more politics than policy, as
Yep.
well as just, the program being one of many gun control policies brought in by the Trudeau government that really, I think, harmed relations between the Canada's community of gun owners and the government.
Now, Noah, your study called Off-Target Evaluation
Gig gotta wake up in 3 hours? Well, better get some sleep, Gig. There's always tomorrow's stream. You know what I'm saying? Oh. I had a long fucking day. I did 2 training sessions. I got up and immediately trained biceps and forearms. Then I had to go out to the bank and talk to like this fraud fucking person for like an hour. Dude, they're so stupid. They ask you so many stupid fucking questions. Yeah, somebody stole my credit card information, and then there was like some fraudulent payment on it. And got groceries, then like I did the leg training just now. Dodo, let me see.
This world that we're in right now, the problems are caused by capitalism.
Where has communism worked?
Communism hasn't been established yet.
So what would you say about like the 100 million people that died under Mao's regime?
I don't know where that number comes from.
Capitalism has freed billions of people from poverty more than any other ideology in the last century. So you're with the
These people are just brain-rotted retards. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I don't know if I got my card skimmed. Not sure if some like bot on a website picked up the number. I have no fucking idea. But they terminated the card, gave me a new one. It's a nice kitty. If I own a $5 million condo, the tax is 6.5% every year forever. That's $325,000. That's crazy. Fucking crazy. Like, you literally don't own property at that point. You're just renting. And at a very high cost. Prospective buyers understand this. They're not stupid. They price it in. They calculate or capitalize the obligations, determining present value of all that debt. Numbers are devastating. Using a discount rate or cap rate of 6% means you knock 5.4 million off the value of the property. Meaning you wouldn't even take the profit if it was given to you for free. Meaning the value of the condo is being reduced to less than 0 from 5 million. You've been Zoroned. Fair question to ask. If my 5 million condo is now worth 0, am I now exempt from tax? Yeah, really. Yeah, like if taxes are that fucking high, you're just renting. Iranian woman berated for wearing shorts before morality police force her to cover. Yeah, that's Iran.
We're in Austin, Texas, about to meet with 22-year-old Ryan Johnson, a social media influencer, bodybuilder, and transformation coach whose mission is simple.
Tan, jacked, and handsome. Tan, jacked, and handsome.
Be tan, jacked, and handsome.
The number one thing you should be focused on in your 20s is becoming as f***able as possible. Because when you look as...
Hey. Hello, Ryan.
What's going on? Yes,
how's
Isabel,
it going,
right?
Isabel? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is going to be really lame and gay. I can already tell.
Wow, it's a beautiful spot you have.
Oh, yeah. It's a great place. Gorgeous. Everything's bigger in Texas here.
Boo-hoo, poor landlord from New York. This isn't about landlords. This is about people who just own property.
Including the men.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Ryan is big.
Like, you know, their own home. Of course, like this fucking communist comes in and just says the stupidest shit and doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And that's largely because he uses performance-enhancing drugs. He also spends his time promoting these drugs to his thousands of followers online, who hope to...
Hello VG, thanks for all your knowledge. Is there a at-home test you use for checking certain markers, and which markers are you monitoring on gear? Looking to start up a cycle and want to know what to look out for.
At-home tests are pointless. They don't do anything. The only at-home tests that gear test kits don't fucking work or do anything. If you're worried about your gear source, just get third-party testing from an actual lab. If you're getting it from a good supplier, they actually do their own third-party independent testing, and you can just contact the lab, send them the task number, and verify that they actually got the testing done. If they lied and they didn't, then don't buy from that source. If the third-party testing is legit, then that source is probably legitimate. I'm not a commie. Desire of affordable living isn't a sin. Yeah, if you want affordable living, then what you do is you allow for a free market. That's why housing prices in Texas are dirt fucking cheap. Both if you want to buy property and if you fucking want to rent. They don't have these weird fucking taxes. They don't have rent control. They don't have these fucked up retarded zoning laws. New York, on the other hand, tax the rich, rent control, all this fucking weird bureaucratic bullshit, and then it makes it impossible for any of these landlords to make any money or to build any new units. So what they have to do is jack up the price of rent for everyone else that isn't fucking rent controlled. And as their taxes get higher and higher, they have to compensate for that by fucking, again, increasing rent. So if you want cheaper fucking rent prices or housing prices, then you just allow for a free market. Fucking dumbass. And by the way, no, you are a fucking commie. I know all the fucking code words, dude. So nice try. Your question is insanely vague. The only thing that you can test on your own in terms of like health markers would be blood pressure and your glucose levels. You can get a glucose monitor. For most people, the glucose monitor isn't. It's not worth doing unless you're using insulin, or maybe very, very high doses of growth hormone. And like you just get lipid panels, check your kidneys, cystatin C, GGT for liver, markers of inflammation like CRP. That's all you really need to monitor. Thanks, dude.
To look just like him.
Can we normalize hopping on testosterone in your 20s as a man? I said it once and I'm gonna say it again. Staying natural is for losers. If you want to become successful, literally just take steroids, bro. Getting on testosterone will make you the most motivated, productive, unlazy, disciplined individual ever. For all my other health protocols, DM me the word group and I'll send you an invite link to my enhancement community. Alright guys, so we got a whole stock and a whole supply of peptides right out here. You ready?
Yeah, go for it. Holy cow! Oh my god! Whoa.
Based. Yeah, the condo tax is fucking retarded, dude. Basically, nobody's going to have any interest in buying these units anymore, so you're just going to have rich people get out of New York. They're just going to buy property in Florida. Like, it doesn't make any sense to own property if this, like, stupid pay-to-tier tax is in place. Like, they're just going to leave. And it's already happening.
Oh.
Whole lifetime supply.
Jesus.
More like a monthly supply for us.
How many different types of drugs do you have in this house?
A lot of peptides, a lot of steroids, I will say that.
Jesus, you're like one big walking guinea pig.
That's the way to look at it. Little lab rat.
Yeah.
Follow me back over here. Come down here as part of the morning routine. And we got some syringes right here. Get the little air bubble out of.
People complain of wage gap. If you have a problem with wage gap, then there's two things you can do. Make more money. Or two, maybe get a union job.
There.
Or unionize.
And that's good to go. And all you do is you pick a fat area and you go to
Do you have any fat areas?
Oh yeah. So like right over here is where I'll typically go. It's like the back fat.
Free market isn't the answer. Yeah, that's why all these socialist fucking run shitholes like California, like look at the housing issues in San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York. Weird. All these places that have rent control, social affordable housing projects, invest so much money in like fucking homelessness, have all these like big taxes for the rich people, big property taxes. Those are the fucking places that have the highest costs of living. Rent is higher, property values are higher, nobody can fucking afford to buy anything, nobody can afford to rent. But again, if you move to a red state, like Texas, you don't have these taxes, you don't have this rent control bullshit, everything's cheaper. Why do you think that is? Even Florida, like Florida's gotten a little more expensive now, especially in certain areas like Miami. It's still cheaper.
What's up, VG? How was your day?
My day was pretty good. Pretty productive. Got in some extremely good, really, really productive training. And I went to the bank and then reported that credit card fraud thing. So hopefully I get my money back. They stole a few $100. Thanks, Kyle. Am I retarded or does this guy look natural? Yeah, you're kind of retarded. Like especially when you look at his like competition photos and Instagram shit, like you can very clearly tell he's not natural. Like here with the kind of shitty lighting and everything and bad angles, Not everyone is like some crazy hyper responder to gear too. Like not everybody who takes steroids is gonna get like fucking huge.
You don't even feel it.
Where do you do all your research?
It's online, online, YouTube. There's a lot of good creators out there who know their stuff. Reddit's a great place to hear about, of course, nerds like to talk on there, but then also real life experiences.
Is that worrying at all that you're taking these drugs but you don't fully understand them?
No. I mean, these all.
That's literally your average American who's on polypharmacy to treat their fucking diabetes and hypertension. So, ask your average diabetic. Do you understand what the drugs you're taking do, like metformin, insulin, your blood pressure meds? Do you know what type of blood pressure meds you're on? ACE inhibitor, ARB, so yeah.
All were created by scientists and stuff like that. They've been out for years.
I guess not everything that scientists make is always good, right?
For my personal research, it's been good.
Okay.
I would say when it comes to that, yeah, there's pros and cons.
What even are your credentials, by the way, bro?
Credentials?
Free market concerns, you make out in a short speech, you said, e.g. in the UK, they used to have government-built housing to compete with the private sector, force rents down. Yeah, and that's a complete failure. So, housing prices have increased, nobody can afford a fucking home, rent has increased. Like, the more units you build, period, it's going to reduce the cost of rent and housing. Just because there's more supply. But usually with government housing, it's for certain individuals that make like a certain amount of money, right? So it's like low-cost housing for like really poor people. And I'm not against that. Like, I do think there does have to be some kind of social safety net where there is affordable housing for certain people. But just because, like, you have to prove that you earn a certain income and shit, it doesn't really move the needle for, rent prices in general. But California did the same thing recently. They tried to create, like, these affordable housing projects. Again, they cost way fucking more money. They go over budget. They're not built very quickly. And they still, and again, like, basically everyone's taxes end up getting fucking wasted, and they don't even build that many fucking units for people. So like, again, why are places like Texas or Florida, these red states, they're still fucking cheaper? Like, you can complain about, these, what do you fucking call them? Like, these investment firms that are buying up fucking housing and telling builders to stop building. Like, yeah, there's problems like that, but it's still fucking cheaper than places like California, and they've tried to do this social housing bullshit, and it just doesn't work. Cheesehead, all I know about metformin is the elite like to take it to stay youthful. It doesn't really do that. It's a blood sugar medication. Thanks, dude.
I'm Dr. Life of RLJ, Instagram doctor. Okay, that's fair. No,
Ryan is just one of a dizzying number of male influencers battling for clicks online, while dishing out advice about what cocktail of enhancements delivers the best results.
You need to inject twice a week, period.
TRT is the shit. Any levels above 1100, you're gonna feel like a fucking G.
Check it out. This is my breakfast. This is my lunch. This is my dinner.
Here are all the mandatory supplements I take whenever I'm blasting gear to stay safe.
The push for young men to enhance their appearances is relentless. From looks maxers willing to do virtually whatever it takes to embody a hypermasculine ideal.
You've been on test since you were 14.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
To podcasters and politicians normalizing the use of drugs like testosterone.
I'm on an anti-aging protocol from my doctor that includes testosterone replacement.
Your immune system would work better. Everything would work better.
So why isn't everyone just on it?
Well, a lot of people are.
I have never used steroids, period.
In the professional
So they literally can't make an argument against using steroids, and they just moralize about it, and they're like, it's cheating.
Sports world, though, doping has historically been just about the most controversial thing you can do.
I'm going to remember him as a cheater.
Yeah, there's a shortage of test sip. What's funny is Pfizer put out a notice saying that there's going to be a shortage in testosterone cypionate. So there's some like supply chain disruption where they're not able to make the cypionate ester for some reason. But what does that tell you? All the black market cypionate is drying up, and Pfizer can't produce cypionate. So guess where Pfizer gets their fucking raw materials from to make their fucking steroids? China. Oh, so the black market steroids come from the same place as the fucking pharmaceutical steroids. It's fucking hilarious.
But right now, there's a movement in the sports world attempting to rebrand doping into enhancing. One company is attempting to destigmatize these drugs by promising to put on an Olympic-style sporting event, the Enhanced Games, where athletes are allowed, even encouraged, to take
This already happened. This was uploaded 9 hours ago.
performance-enhancing drugs.
We are enhanced.
It's brought ex-Olympic athletes here to Abu Dhabi to train for the inaugural Enhanced Games. The company pays for their housing, food, medical care.
Roid users are ugly. Right, that's why every Hollywood actor looks ugly, because they're on steroids. You're an idiot.
And even a good salary.
Like, by the way, all these athletes are also on steroids, and what do people say about them? Oh my god, he's so hot. I want to fuck every basketball player.
Shania Collins was a national champion sprinter before she retired 2 years ago. Now, at the
Oh my god, look how ugly the steroid user is.
age of 29, she's hoping that enhancements will help her shave 32 hundredths of a second off her 100-meter personal best.
A big part of the reason I retired was due to I felt like
Ew, she's so ugly. She takes steroids. You're like, where the fuck did you come from, dude? You're like actually fucking stupid.
a lot of the people I was racing against were using performance-enhancing drugs, and I've always been natural and clean myself, so it just felt like an unfair advantage all the time.
So you felt like if we can't beat them, join them kind of thing?
Yes, it's funny I said that. If you can't beat them, join them, but do it better than them.
So it's kind of, I assume that you'll be taking kind of a cocktail.
Yeah, steroids generally make you look better looking if you're a man. Roid abusers. What the hell do you think constitutes abuse?
Tale of different
A sprinter
enhancements,
cocktail,
right? Yeah. You feel like it should.
Like, this is just so fucking retarded. Changing of the tides. What happened to Thor builds in movies? It's being replaced by twink superstars. Yeah, kinda. I think there's a few things going on. I think primarily what it is there's a lot of like woke dumb bullshit in Hollywood, clearly. Like, they're all fucking weird commies. I think they're just prioritizing gay bullshit, basically. Like, you still got like the Marvel movies. Like, I guess they haven't made a Captain America movie in a bit. Like, who's the guy who played Captain America? Like, I don't think that guy's on steroids, but you know, he is in really good shape. And you know, there's superhero movies here and there where apparently they want Ben Affleck back to play Batman. I don't know if they're gonna make any more movies with like Thor or anything. I don't know if they're going to make any more Creed movies, like, but, you know, there's still some actors in Hollywood that, you know, are in shape and muscular and stuff. You know, the Deadpool Wolverine movie recently came out, but yeah, I think they're just prioritizing movies that are kind of, they're just tailored to like a weird gay TikTok generation, and, just have like diversity and nonsense in them. So like, you know, the Dune movie kind of made sense. Like, you know, it's supposed to be a young kid, so he's not going to be like uber jacked or anything, but yeah, I think they're just prioritizing making like a certain type of movie where you just don't see any strong masculine figures. You see it here and there, but you know,
to take the stigma away from it.
Yes, absolutely.
And you think you're contributing to doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's more of the role I see, not encouraging drug use.
I've competed in a sport my whole life that is very corrupt and dirty.
Bodhi Santavi is now one of Enhanced's weightlifters. He competed twice at the Olympics for Canada, coming fourth in his weight category in Tokyo 2020.
How are you feeling?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Thank you, yeah.
You haven't even started the drugs yet.
Not yet. I've been natural my whole life.
But will you be enhanced?
I will be enhancing, yep, and I'm very excited about it.
Swimmer Cody Miller won gold for the US in the 4x100 meter medley relay in Rio 10 years ago. He was 24 years old, the age when most male swimmers are at their peak. But Cody doesn't want to just turn back the clock. He wants to beat it.
I'd like to be faster now at 34 years old than I was 10 years ago when I won medals at the Rio Olympics.
And you think that's possible?
I think that's possible.
And I guess at your ripe old age, you weren't expecting to compete in, you know, another Olympics.
Ripe old age? Yeah, no, that's true. To me, I think it's exciting for all of us athletes here that, again, are in different stages of their career. How much is this going to help us? Like, how much faster can we go?
Enhance says it's invested $50 million into the event, here in the heart of Las Vegas, where the Enhanced Games will take place. And for Aaron D'Souza, the original founder of the controversial competition, his pipe dream of seeing drugs in sports is finally coming to fruition.
Here it is.
Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. This is the first time I see it, yeah. Reaction shot. Yeah, reaction shot. Wow.
But this goes much further than sports. This, he claims, is about advancing human potential. So should everyone be enhancing?
I think everyone should have the opportunity to enhance. I think this is a fundamental human right.
Does that not concern you at all that you might be, you know, glamorizing these drugs and creating more of a desire for them than perhaps there should be?
No. Do you think we should die? I think the point of my life is actually to prevent death, to overcome death, right? And, you know, I believe that aging is a disease that we can treat, cure, and eventually solve.
But how does selling testosterone help with that?
Because
it prevents death. Men on testosterone live longer.
Creates a market for and a conversation around overcoming our intrinsic biological limits.
Do you think there should be any limits to, you know, human physical potential?
We're in an existential race between the machine.
This was a pointless fucking video. Just absolutely pointless.
Evaluating post-2019 changes to Canada's gun control laws examines just how effective firearms bans and freezes have been in the last 6 or so years. Do your findings point to there being anything beneficial about this latest
Nope. Crime went up. Violent crime went up.
gun buyback program? I mean, can it help tackle gun violence here in this country?
Nope.
No. So what my research shows, we did a deep dive into the literature on these bans, and there's no evidence to suggest that they are effective at
Dude, this is fucking global news. That's great.
combating gun.
There's a very high likelihood this is going to the Supreme Court of Canada next year, and they're going to review the constitutional legitimacy of the handgun freeze and the assault weapon ban. There's a very fucking high likelihood they're going to rule against it, and they're going to repeal the ban.
gun violence, especially since Canada already has really effective gun control measures in place, such as licensing, safe storage laws, and bans on high-capacity magazines, which are really the big-ticket items that the literature shows are effective at preventing gun violence and mass
That does not do anything to prevent against gun violence.
shootings. So we didn't find any extra benefit from an assault-style weapons ban. We did interviews also with law enforcement, with community workers, with the law enforcement, all the different police forces that are sort of refusing to participate in the buyback program. I think it shows maybe the lack of confidence that police have that this program is going to be effective.
All right, so updated government documents suggest that the overall cost of the program could be as much as $2 billion. So does your research find there are perhaps better ways, more effective ways that money like this could be spent to really address gun crime in this country?
Definitely. Some of the most effective ways of fighting gun.
There's two things: lock up the criminals, and two, just better border security to prevent weapon smuggling. There's a third option too, which nobody really wants to fucking admit. Let law-abiding citizens shoot and kill criminals. I don't know why it's taboo in this country, but you're not allowed to just shoot somebody who invades your home. So what does that do? That incentivizes home invasions, because everybody knows, like, not many people own firearms in this country for home defense. The way you have to store these firearms is completely antithetical to home defense. You have to store them in a fucking safe. And three, the government and police have made it so that you're disincentivized to actually defend your home, because they keep prosecuting all of these people who shoot home invaders. So what does that do? Home invasions go way the fuck up, and you see tons of people getting held hostage at fucking gunpoint. Dodo told you, VG, that video would be bad because women interviewer. I didn't even watch it, but I just knew it would be dumb, so I sent it to you. Yeah, well, you were right about that. Thanks, Dodo.
Gun crime are fighting the root causes. And, you know, luckily for us, there are some really cost-effective ways that we can tackle this that also don't involve, you know, angering a large community of Canadians that, you know, have gone through the licensing process to be able to own these firearms and use them for hunting and sport shooting. So, for example, things like violence interruption programs. This are you know, private organizations that go in, charities that go in and intervene in communities where gun violence is concentrated to break up the cycle of violence. And
guess where these communities are. They're black neighborhoods or Indian reserves.
To help get young people, especially, out of the gang lifestyle before they become too involved. There's also community policing programs that are incredibly effective, where you improve relations between police and the community and get folks to come forward and
let people carry guns and shoot criminals. It's that fucking simple.
Be able to come forward to the police and have faith that they're going to be dealt with in a restorative way before things escalate to having to use the criminal justice system. So there's some really effective programs that we can use that are also very...
Like how US has gun culture and countries with gun control, like in East Asia, are the safest. Yeah, so that's because they're ethnically homogenous. They have fewer large metropolitan areas, and they don't have again, ethnic gangs. So all the firearms violence in the US, it is concentrated in black neighborhoods. That's the only place it really fucking happens. Black neighborhoods with black gang members. So if you're white and you live in a white neighborhood, you don't have anything to fucking worry about.
What was most noticeable to you in the beginning? My buddy's test was 320 and he got on a trimix out the gate, and he said the anxiety, depression and overthinking went away. Feels amazing.
Well, everything was immediately noticeable. I had a huge improvement in mood immediately. My cardiovascular output, Singapore is very diverse. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. Yeah, tell me how many darkies you see. Notice any blacks or Mexicans anywhere? Oh, darkies. Oh, they're not black or Mexican though. They're Indian. Weird. Oh. Yeah, it's almost as if Singapore doesn't have the ethnic diversity that the US has, nor do they have the sheer size of population and large metropolitan areas that result in this kind of, and again, the ethnic gangs that result in gang violence. Strange. So why don't we do this? Let's move all the black and Mexican gang members into Singapore, and then magically, like violence and gun violence will go away, right? Like, oh my god, what an idiot! Just, I don't know if I should give you any fucking attention anymore. Like. If we get rid of guns, how would the criminals get guns? Like, oh, okay. Criminals follow the law. So, yeah, what would criminals do if it were illegal to get a gun? Criminals wouldn't break the law. So let's just make sure only criminals have guns and everyone will be safer. Genius. Absolute fucking genius. And then this idiot compares countries that have a completely different population size, density, ethnic makeup, and like again lack the like the issues with organized crime. But oh, it's guns. Guns just magically cause violence, right? Okay, so I guess Switzerland, that has the same rate of gun ownership as the U.S., they must be shooting each other left and right. Oh wait, no, they're all white. Yeah. So when I first hopped on steroids, like just everything improved. Like mental health and just general sense of well-being. Some injuries that I had that like wouldn't really recover so well, like particularly my adductor. I tore my adductor and I still had pain in that area. That went away, that healed up. My cardiovascular performance immediately improved. My power output increased immediately, like literally the first day I injected. And just rapidly grew muscle. Extremely rapidly. Thanks, though, Observe.
Cost effective and don't, involve large increases, for example, in government bureaucracy, and that can help tackle gun violence much more.
Yeah, like Ireland had no native firearms production. They're literally an isolated island. They're also controlled by the British, so all their ports were under pretty strict control. And they had a wide variety of fucking gun bans. Guess what? The IRA were having these crazy fucking shootouts and were literally waging warfare against the British and British loyalists. They were getting a hold of fully automatic fucking machine guns. So yeah, gun control works, right? Because criminals follow the law
more effectively than blanket bans like this.
And so what has your research, what have you found are some of the most pressing challenges?
Okay, buddy, tell me how many times you've been shot at or been in the vicinity of a shooting in a fucking white neighborhood. So, yeah, tell me that.
or issues when it comes to gun.
Like this fucking dipshit in the comments keeps coping. What about Singapore? One of the wealthiest fucking countries where everything's super expensive and there's no fucking black people. Like, just fucking total joke.
Crime and gun control policy, because it doesn't seem to be.
By the way, Singapore is like a fucking shithole. They have no fucking rights or freedoms. They still practice corporal punishment to penalize not even crimes. If you don't flush the toilet in a public restroom, they will do public fucking beatings. There's no free speech. If you criticize a member of government, again, they will punish you with either jail or corporal punishment. You will get publicly beaten. And then you're talking about how Singapore's so great. Like, okay, that's great that the state can monopolize violence. Yeah, I want to fucking live there.
Working, targeting legal gun owners and going after guns that weren't restricted, but now they want to restrict them. What are the bigger challenges here?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely chasing diminishing returns, right? If you're a gun owner in Canada, you've gone through a really strict licensing process. You go through regular background checks. Your system's run, your name is run, sorry, through the system on a regular basis. So these, generally speaking, are not the people who are going to be committing gun crimes. The problem we have in Canada is really with smuggled guns, large.
Look, go take your dumb faggot fucking anti-gun shit somewhere else. Go move to fucking Singapore, some shithole where you'll get beaten publicly because you criticized a fucking member of their parliament. I don't fucking care, dude. Yeah, pro tip, just stay out of a fucking black neighborhood and then you're perfectly safe in the United States. You're not going to get shot.
Largely from the United States. We share the world's longest undefended border with a country that has more guns than people, and especially trending towards compact, easily concealable firearms since the rise of concealed carry in the US. So it's really this. So these, generally speaking, are not the people who are going to be committing gun crimes. The problem we have in Canada is really with smuggled guns, largely from the United States. We share the world's longest undefended border with a country that has more guns than people, and especially trending towards compact, easily concealable firearms since the rise of concealed carry in the US. So it's really this smuggling program that's driving.
Like this is retarded. Any handgun's concealable. Like the only exception might be a Desert Eagle. Even then, you can conceal carry a Desert Eagle.
Driving crime in Canada, but also, you know, the problem.
By the way, you can just tell this guy's like fucking gay beta male.
Problems that these communities where gun violence is concentrated are facing. You have young people that don't feel like they have an opportunity to make a living.
Gun control did not work well in Australia. Only 30% of people opted into the gun buyback program. It had absolutely no effect on gun violence. And to this day, there's regularly fucking like gang-related fucking shootings and confiscations. And most of the crime guns the police confiscate are homemade. So it's very easy to make guns. They're not complicated fucking weapons. Like again, especially with the advent of 3D printers, anybody can get a gun. So the whole fucking idea of gun control is completely and utterly obsolete. Fails absolutely everywhere, especially with the advent of 3D printers. And especially in today's time, like, you can buy a very fucking good milling machine for only about $5,000, and you can make every single firearms part you need with something like that. So, like this happened in Canada. There was a machine shop that had a milling machine. They were making basically Mac 10 copies, homemade, and selling them to a bunch of gangs. I think that was happening in like Alberta or something. So like, it's just fucking stupid.
In the way that you or I might, and so they have to rely on these parallel institutions, these criminal gangs, to try to make ends meet and feed their family.
And China's a totalitarian shithole. They just murder everybody.
So Noah, you mentioned America there. I'm curious, how much do you think America's issues and problems with guns influences our government's attitude and policies when it comes to firearms here?
I think it's huge. On the policy level, right, we're dealing with a large influx of illegal American guns. When we spoke to law enforcement, we asked them, where are the guns coming from? And overwhelmingly, they'll say we see them being smuggled from the United States. Or additionally, we see 3D printing becoming a problem. But also, I think Americans' problem with gun control sets the policy tone that the government is responding to, right? The handgun freeze, for example, that was introduced in 2022 was.
Let's see. Guns are getting smuggled across the US-Canada border. Let's ban handguns in this country, even though criminals are using American handguns. It's fucking like, the liberals admitted this. This has nothing to do with public safety.
Was introduced in the wake of an American mass shooting in Texas, not an event in Canada. So I think the government really relies on the fact that Canada's perception of gun violence is so heavily shaped from the US to be able to kind of pass these policies.
And Noah, language in this conversation is just so important when we're talking about guns. And I think people who are perhaps not educated or less educated about firearms can find the language surrounding it scary and misleading. The term assault style is constantly used. It's how the government is describing the firearms that it wants to confiscate, including ones that are used in sport shooting. Now, your study touches upon this. Can you explain what is problematic with this term?
There's no such thing as assault weapon.
Yeah, I think the problem that what's problematic with the descriptor of assault style is that it's describing sort of aesthetic characteristics rather than function. Right, what we're talking about here are semi-automatic firearms, which have been legal to own in Canada since the early 1900s with a Remington Model 8. There's really nothing new about semi-automatic firearms. Where the term assault weapon emerges, it's actually first used as a term by advertisers in gun magazines. It's then picked up in the late 80s by gun control advocates who actually fairly deliberately say that they're trying to sort of piggyback off of the fact that the term sounds quite intimidating to the public. And so, like I said, this doesn't really describe any particular characteristic of the firearm other than the way it looks. And thus, it's sort of a misleading term to use with the public. It would be more correct to use the term semi-automatic, which actually describes the function of the firearm.
All right, well, it's a large conversation to have.
Yeah. I really need to just move to Florida. Fuck Canada, dude. They're just turning this country into a totalitarian fucking shithole. Fucking stupid ass fucking liberals. Yeah.
NGO nonsense was United Healthcare. I just actually saw for the first time a headline that included the company. I was like, oh, that's the insurance company.
I wonder what your test dosage goes to during TRT phases. That is a remarkably stupid question, thank you.
Company I'm suing because they didn't pay for my medically necessary procedure. And the craziest part is United Healthcare charged me as a small business owner so much for my insurance policy, and they're making tons and tons of money because they have one of the most expensive policies there are. It's the most accepted plan by doctors, but when something actually goes wrong and you have a surgery, they don't cover it. At least if the doctor doesn't run the procedure and you have to go compensate it afterwards yourself, they don't pay for it. You're screwed. Medically necessary procedure, didn't pay for it. I dropped them the next month, and now we had to sue them in court for refusing to pay for the medically necessary procedure while I was under their insurance. What's the point of paying $2,000 a month for health insurance if they don't pay shit? I didn't realize.
How in the hell is he paying $2,000 a month for health insurance? Here we go.
Spoken about this before on my past TikTok accounts, and if you search Frank Tufano promiscuity on YouTube, the video is still there. It is an understatement about how unhealthy it is to have sex with people that aren't healthy themselves and to have one partner. If you don't have one partner that is as healthy as you and following a healthy diet and exercising and not interacting with other people, you will never be healthy, and it will greatly impact your life. That bacteria, that stuff from that person getting in your... So this video explains what I was talking about when Clavicular got the tooth extractions.
She's literally just fat. Like, next game. Yeah, I'm not playing that. Thanks, next game.
And now his jaw looks kind of cooked. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch this video all the way. I didn't look at the other stuff on their channel. But most people don't know that the teeth are large, and the teeth are a bone. And that bone is in your face all the way up and down. The visible part of the tooth is very tiny compared.
Literally don't give a shit.
Pretty upset. The chargeback thing is still an issue. You know, we spent all this time and trouble switching over to a new website and a new payment provider, and as expected, the chargebacks kept coming in. You know, we provided proof that the product was delivered to the customer that ordered it, and bank still sided with the customer. So I guess we're going to amend our new payment provider and all the banks into the lawsuit. I think honestly, I really should have sued the banks sooner. I think as soon as these banks get notified that this business is suing them for chargeback fraud, they're going to stop siding with the customer because they are criminally wrong. So I'm going to have to do that this week as soon as possible because that seems like the next step in stopping this fraud. And I don't want that to be the focus of this video. I'm going to do a separate video calling those people out. There's between like 40 and 50 new chargeback people. We're going to show their name, their address, the value of their home, and basically because it is a legal action and we've sued them in civil court, it's no longer doxing because that person committed a criminal action that is now a matter of public record. We are able to show their name and their house without any issues. So hopefully that deters these people. We've done that in the past. Apparently it didn't deter them enough because that video is still live on YouTube, but we're going to do that separate because it's pretty long. It's probably 10 to 15 minutes of doing that, and I don't really want to do it in this vlog, but we don't really have a crazy amount of stuff going on, but as always, we do have new products. All the sorbet flavors are available now. I think we have 10 in total. Lemon, lime, orange, apple, kiwi, pineapple, raspberry, tastiest sorbet. Left to figure out is we're trying to get this bagging machine to work. That's the cute. Try to get it running.
Body looks worn out. Holy shit. I remember when he dressed as Cupid. Handsome little Chad. This rabbit hole of keeping up with youthfulness is so weird. They look worser and worser than if they stayed natural. Body dysmorphia.
Honestly, should have probably just paid for a Chinese person to come over here and set it up for me. I think we figured out where the last missing parts go, so try to get this chip machine set up this week. This goes here. This goes into that. Two things we've been trying to do for a while. So Now I understand why even these companies that are now making beef tallow chips, I promise you it's not grass-fed beef tallow because it would be way too expensive. They could never afford to fill up their industrial machines with that much grass-fed beef tallow.
Yeah, they could because they're large corporations.
It cost me $8,000 to do that.
Yeah, that's because it's you. It's called economy of scale, dumbass.
I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to sell enough chips to pay for that beef tallow. That's insane.
Yeah, it's almost as if this was a stupid idea.
I don't remember exactly how much it was. At least $6,000, as much as $8,000. So, you would assume that someone with a really big commercial potato chip frying machine could need 20 to 30 to 50 to 100 times that. So you're talking, who knows? It could cost those people a few $100,000 in beef fat, as opposed to paying 10 or 20 grand for oil. I mean, they're probably getting that oil dirt cheap. I don't know the commercial pricing for soybean or vegetable seed oils, but I'm assuming it's in the cents per pound. They'd be paying 10, 20, 30 cents a pound for that oil versus $3, $4, $5. You're talking, almost hundreds of times the.
So it's cheaper and healthier for you, and you're making an inferior, more expensive product that you have a harder time profiting off of.
The cost on that. So it makes sense as to why it's not really available. Pretty much everything in stock on Frankie's Naturals, all the new cleaning products. Same with organ supplements. We're running low on a few vitamin and mineral stuff on organ supplements. Maybe we can afford to restock that. Oh, the other new thing. So we have new sorbets. We have new rotisserie chicken stuff. We also have honeycomb. I put this in stock on the meat website under the honey product. So we have like a regular chunk of honeycomb, US honeycomb, and then we also have these honeycomb bites. Basically the same amount of honeycomb and the same price, but these are just like a little tinier packaging. So whether you want to eat like the whole honeycomb at once or you want it packaged in like bite-sized portions, both of these products are available on Frankie's Strange Meat under the honey. I was going to put it on the foods and the meat website, but I was just...
How much you run when you're cruising really depends. In the winter, I think it was like 260 that I was running for a bit. Last time was like 350.
Being lazy with the inventory because I'd have to split it, and I don't really know which site's going to sell more, but we have the raw honey, and now on that, we didn't make separate products for the honeycomb. It's not a separate product. It's a drop-down arrow under the honey itself. What's also relatively new on the foods website is that bar we made, what did we call it? Chocolate caramel cookie dough, something like that. It's made with roasted macadamia nut butter, caramel, roasted caramel. Definitely the best tasting bar we've ever made. I guess we haven't sold that much of it yet, but this is the newest bar we've had. Chocolate cookie dough caramel crisp, really, really delicious. A lot more time went into the recipes, whereas normally we just like kind of combine high quality ingredients with different flavor profiles. This one we spent a lot more time trying to do it. And in addition to the crackdamia, we made some peanuts. So we took some raw organic Mexican peanuts, roasted them, shelled them, seasoned them, and then roasted them again. So I kind of like the crackdamia just as much, but I figured peanuts were really nostalgic. All the fresh produce. Haven't really been doing that much. Mostly free promotional stuff. Here we have...
Do you think Frank's IQ is approximately like borderline retarded? It's got to be close to 80.
Our rotisserie birds in our marinades. Here's the fresh 10 at the raw. This is a restock this week. You guys bought all the sheep ice cream. We actually have to make, that got me thinking, we gotta make some Go Milk ice cream. All different goodies here. These are some Twix bars. That's the sheep vanilla ice cream. Lime sorbet, newest flavor, sour. This is sour, guys. Lime is, well, not too sour, but you know, lime is a sour fruit. So if you crave like sour candy, definitely try this. If you ice cream, expensive one. Quite a few new products, you know. Usually it's a few here and there, but this week it's been quite a bit. You know, 2 rotisserie birds, 4 to 5 new sorbet flavors. We got honey. We got a lot of new stuff. Imagine if I wasn't laying in bed 18 hours a day, but. Rodrigo, did you guys make the pasta dough or?
No, bebé.
No time?
No.
What do you want to do it? Wednesday? All right. All right, so we'll do the, not doing the pasta today, so I guess we'll procrastinate that another week, but you know, it's not like, you know, all these non-meat businesses we start, we don't really make too much money from them anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But it would have been nice, obviously, if we had the pasta machine up and running when we got it, which was months and months ago. All the leaking screws with sized up ones, but been lying in bed instead, so maybe we should just hire someone to do it, which makes more sense anyway. Just for liability stuff like that, being on the roof, I'd rather do it myself. Again, like, you know, you don't want some random person falling off the roof. And we have to kind of, there's like the building, telling people to send. Yeah, because this roof is leaking right here. All that water on the floor there, it's leaking somewhere there. So
that's nice. Thanks.
We're hoping that if I replace all those screws up there, it stops leaking. But just same 1/4 inch bit, pull the screw out, put a new screw.
Still retarded. Still dumb as hell. Hey, thanks for the membership, dude. Appreciate that. Vlog's doing pretty good. We're up to 17K.
Frank is still committing copyright infringement with the Twix bars I see.
Yes, while simultaneously complaining that everybody steals his ideas. He's, pretty dumb. Thanks, though, Jay. Appreciate it. He's shockingly stupid.
some power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've the theme of 2026 is
I saw Reagan Grimes training at Pure Muscle Fitness. It's pretty huge.
Act lineup. So you've got Roman Bagay. Well, I really like to see Damian on this list because Damian is actually Olympia, and he looked really impressive at that show. And I think this is kind of 2026. Everybody that isn't qualified, that wants to qualify, up-and-comer from Spain, did a ton of shows last year. Everybody was talking about Joan, especially after that Romania Muscle Fest where he was top 2. Runner-up to Andrew Jack last year, but he did 5 shows in 2025. Came very close to winning several of them. He was top 3 at 4 of them, top 2 at 2 of them. Just another guy that's right there knocking on the door. And I think that's one of the exciting things about
Considering fucking around with insulin on leg days.
this time in bodybuilding right now. Recent up looks that we've seen.
I've been growing so much on Tren. Tren's an amazing
We're here
drug.
for the soft launching of your fitness influencer journey. Where's the TikTok clips? I can tell your physique will get clicks.
Well, I am going to make my TikTok account soon. And the thing, yeah, like, now that TikTok isn't owned by the Chinese, I'm fine with making a TikTok account. It's super easy to just upload content to TikTok. Like, the short form content makes it really easy. There's plenty of stuff from my workout streams that I can, chop up. So I don't even have to make specific videos for it, even though I probably will. But it just makes it way easier. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, my quads are growing pretty damn well now. I've been able to avoid injuries. I've been wrapping up my knees more. I think the protocol I'm doing now for like the joint health and mobility is really helping. And Tren just fucking works. Like, even though I'm dieting and not eating much, I'm still fucking growing at a pretty fast rate, too. I'm gonna keep running Tren after I finish the diet. Just to see how much growth I can get out of it. But yeah, I've been fucking loving the Tren, dude. And I don't have the side effects from it that most people have, so, like, aside from it just not being good for you, like, it's basically like a perfect drug for me. It's just super anabolic. I'm responding to it so fucking well. And I can tolerate it extremely fucking well. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, like, the quads are actually fucking grown. They are noticeably bigger. Yeah, they don't look like disproportionate anymore. Making gains.
Grease, 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 grease. On my elbow, talk to the 6. Why there's no Netflix? Fit, look at me, look at that rose. I'm fit, look at me, look at that rose, look at that cute. Color slacks coordinate.
Can we not have the music? He's doing this kind of weird. I like this movement, this angled kind of row pull down thing. I think it's really helped my lat development.
Amigos. BSM. And then I'm racing. I've been scoring. Cheap dress, bore me.
Oh jeez, please no music. Oh, I fucking hate the music. Is that a train? Really weird. Oh, it's 8 days out. It's probably just fucking exhausted. He's fucking strong. Yeah, he's like 300 pounds at like 5'8" or something. Crazy huge.
This is why I'm saying the things I'm saying on my Instagram at the moment, because I'm so aware of how distracted people are. The level of distraction is crazy. You're putting the cart before the horse, and you need way more tissue before you start to kind of overanalyze these movements. The idea of lat bias row is phenomenal, and it's kind of thing that only really came in probably from Cass, from circa 2016.
I turned pro before I even started considering it.
And it was really brilliant. And then sadly,
why don't you like TB500 with your BPC? Is it not synergistic for a better result? I don't think there's any synergy between the two drugs. It's just that they both help with healing through different pathways. I am technically taking TB500 and BPC right now.
Yo, I think you hid my comments a while back for some reason. You or literally no one ever responds to my chats ever. I also just became a member today. It's McDaddy24. If you did hide my comments, please forgive me for whatever I said, my lord. //
You have to link me your channel. I can't search up your channel and unban you if you're banned if I don't have a link to your channel. Sometimes people get banned automatically. I do ban a lot of people for just saying stupid shit. So you might have said something stupid, but yeah, just give me a link to your channel. I'll unban you if you are banned. Thanks, dude. I got a topical cream that has TB500 and BPC in it. So far, I've liked it. I've been using it on all my joints, so knees, elbows, and around my biceps and shoulders. I think it is actually working. My knees have been feeling better, elbows have been feeling better, biceps have definitely been feeling better. I don't think it's really doing anything for my shoulders, just because I have like an impingement thing going on right now. That can only really be fixed with rehab, so I've been doing rehab exercises for my shoulder. But yeah, elbows, biceps, knees, it feels like it is working. What do you think of human design? Even if the spiritual side isn't true, could its idea of a projection field describe a real psychological or social phenomena? That just sounds like some gay shit, dude. I don't fucking care.
it's kind of then gone too far, like everything does, and then it needs to be reset And we've got to take a step back and go, okay, now we're just being silly because there are little lads that are just living on the cable station doing this. And then that's what I'm trying to fight back against when I'm on my Instagram at the moment.
I can see you. Do y'all see that giant tiger hiding behind that singular beam?
Sound? It's because of their physiology of their throat, they can't,
Big kitty.
Look at you, boy. Yeah, the best scratches in the whole wide world. Look at that. Yes, I know. Quitao. Quitao.
Wow. So big.
VG 5/6 weeks into 300 milligrams testi per week, adding 200 milligrams nandrolone. Do you recommend a strict PCT? Also, what will be a good third cycle for mass minus the water effects? Currently I've gone from 77 kilograms up to 88 kilograms at 5 feet 9 inches. Thanks.
I wouldn't recommend running high doses of test and nandrolone. It's just a recipe for gynecomastia, and nandrolone isn't a particularly good drug. Most of the weight you're going to gain on nandrolone is just going to be water weight, so you're going to be like bloated and shit. Like, again, especially if you're running it with test. A lot of people also get bad mental side effects from nandrolone too. It seems to be more of a problem for people running nandrolone only, but even still, like, everyone who's done, like, these nandrolone only cycles have gone completely fucking nuts. Like, Mike Menser, he was just, like, fucked up and mentally ill. So I generally recommend avoiding it. Like, again, especially since the basis of your cycle should be test. Doesn't make sense for most people to run nandrolone just because it's a recipe for gyno. And there's just better compounds. Masteron is the safest, cleanest fucking steroid you can take. It has, like, no side effects. The worst side effect people report for Masteron is through some mechanism, it may cause you to lose water weight. I don't know exactly why that happens, but just increase your sodium content so that you don't get dehydrated. But it's extremely clean, doesn't raise blood pressure. I've never seen any issues with people having, like, acne on it. Doesn't cause water retention, bloating. Doesn't raise hematocrit. Like, it's just anabolic, and it's about as anabolic as test. So you just got a really clean steroid that you can take in high doses without any side effects. That's just as anabolic as test. So I would just run Masteron. Nandrolone is cheaper, but just because, you know, like, again, you can run much higher doses of Mast without any side effects, so I think the extra cost is worth it. A lot of people do like boldenone in higher doses. You kind of have to be careful with boldenone because it can crush your estrogen. So just get your blood work done, see how it's affecting your estrogen. If it's crushing your E2 too much, then I wouldn't take it in high doses. Just use it to just run higher test doses. The other option with boldenone is you can take it with estrogen just to maintain higher estrogen levels. But it's reasonably anabolic. It's a dry compound. It doesn't cause like any bloating. And again, if you don't have any issues with the low E2 and like some people get crazy sky high hematocrit on it and they become symptomatic. Hematocrit itself isn't a problem, but if you get symptomatic and you have like the weird enlarged red blood cells, it can make you feel like sleepy and lethargic and not feel great. So kind of depends on that. Primo is an option. Like it's extremely expensive and it has post-injection pain, so I'd kind of avoid that. And my view on Tren has kind of changed. If you can tolerate Tren, which most people can't, I think it is a good bulking compound. So I tolerate Tren really well. I think I'm going to incorporate it with some mass gaining phases. Just because, like, it's so fucking potent. Ridiculously strong. So those are the options I'd recommend. But yeah, I generally recommend avoiding running nandrolone. Like it just, the risk of gyno is just so high. But that's what all the pros are doing. They're either running high doses of mast or primo, or a combination of mast and primo, or boldenone with high doses of test. Like that's just what everyone's doing for mass gaining phases. As far as PCT is fucking pointless. Don't bother. Just go on a lower dose of test where you can maintain your size and, it's healthy for you. So where you're at right now, chances are 200 milligrams test would be adequate. Maybe a bit more, like 250, 300. But yeah, just run lower doses of test. But thanks. Hope that answers your question. Appreciate it.
What is your opinion on being able to lift heavy versus body weight exercises? I think it's been stated that if a person can lift heavy, that doesn't mean that they automatically can perform high rep calisthenics. What has been your experience?
Who the fuck cares? Do whatever the fuck you want, train however the fuck you want. I don't know what your goals are. If you have a higher body weight, you're going to be worse at calisthenics. So if you're a very big dude who's like 250 pounds and you can lift really heavy free weights, yeah, you're going to be worse at calisthenics because you're just heavier. And especially if you don't train those movements. Thanks, Mike. Restart. When you inject BPC, do you do it at the site of injury or does it matter as long as you inject it? Here, mixed takes. It seems to work better if you inject it around the site of injury. Does seem to have some systemic effect, but it seems to have a more localized effect. TB500, it doesn't matter. That clearly has a systemic effect, but TB500, ideally you'd inject it around the site of injury. Thanks, Restart. Here's a link. It's weird because I'm a member. Pretty sure no one can see my comments. Yeah, you might have said something stupid and I banned you. Just don't be a jackass in chat. But thanks for the donation, Mac Daddy. Mortal Kombat has always had good music. How much muscle have you gained since hopping on? If I had to estimate, I'd say probably between 35 and 40 pounds. I lost body fat, so I started off at 200 pounds. Currently, I'm weighing in at 225, but I've lost body fat and gotten a lot leaner over that period of time too. So, yeah, if I had to estimate. So if I was at the same body fat percentage roughly as when I started, yeah, I'd estimate around 35, 40 pounds, somewhere in that range. Vintage gamer, what about these days? Come on.
Man, I've been better.
Здравствуйте, comrades guy. Were you looking for anyone particular?
Actually, yeah. A fat ass named Big Chung.
Unfortunately, Big Chung is meeting with Rocky, but he sends welcome message.
Whoa! Maybe you guys need a lesson in hospitality. Trembling with fear? No? Oh,
Never played that game. Doesn't look good. Dude, the Wolverine hate is just fucking insane. Dude, the game isn't even out yet, just... Yeah, this was a good character select thing. Ab rollers are a really good ab exercise. I do recommend that. They're also good for protecting your lower back, so it is a good exercise. Boldenone massively increases collagen production, so yeah, it does help strengthen joints and tendons. You just have to make sure your estrogen levels stay at an adequate level on Boldenone, because it can act as an extremely potent AI. Yeah, back when they made sexy female characters. It's DEI woke shit, dude. Yeah, dude, people are complaining about shit like this. It's just a little set piece to get you into the fucking level. Like, who cares? Like, this isn't really supposed to be gameplay.
Gotta get inside that compound. There, sewer entrance.
Yeah, if this... I'll probably enjoy this game. I'll see what people are saying about it when it comes out. Like, the problem is... It's only being released on PlayStation, so I have to commit to buying a PlayStation. So if I don't like the game, like, I can't return it and stuff. I can only really resell the PlayStation.
Dad, can you take me down memory lane, the games you grew up playing? What console and which was most nostalgic?
Well, my first console was a Sega Genesis. I played the shit out of Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I also played Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and CD. I don't think I own Sonic 3. I borrowed it from like a cousin or something. But yeah, I played the fuck out of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic CD. And a lot of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was so fucking sick. Then I got an N64, played a lot of fucking GoldenEye. Banjo-Kazooie was also great. Hated Majora's Mask. That game sucked. Then the next console was a GameCube. That wasn't very good. Like, I got Rogue Squadron. What else? Had a few GameCube games. I played Bloody Roar Primal Fury. I like that game. Then I got a PS2. PS2 was so much better. Metal Gear Solid 3 was my favorite game for that platform. Played all the Mortal Kombat games that came out on PS2 too. Splinter Cell. So like Pandora Tomorrow, Chaos Theory. What else? Played a lot of the Call of Duty games on PlayStation as well. Devil May Cry 3 was just fucking incredible. Then got a PS3, you know, played all the PS3 games like Killzone, Call of Duty, Uncharted. Then I ended up getting a PC, and then I've just been a PC gamer since. I got a PS4, like, just to play some exclusives, but, yeah, PC is where it's at. Thanks, though, Richard's Gimp. Richard's childhood, speaking of it, this was a classic. I never played Sonic Adventure 1. It's not a good game. It controlled really fucking weird. That was really awkward to play. I played Sonic Adventure 2. That one was fun. That was a weird game, but it was fun. Some of the, like, Knuckles and Rouge missions were just AIDS.
What is the ideal LDL and HDL scores VG? And triglycerides? Im have 57 HDL, 68 LDL, VLDL cholesterol 20, triglycerides 99.
Ideally, you want to keep your LDL below 70. That's roughly the cutoff point where you don't see progression of atherosclerosis. HDL really doesn't matter. It's a non-causal factor, so I wouldn't really worry about it. VLDL, again, doesn't matter. If it's like weirdly high, I don't really know what to do for you. Just try to get your LDL as low as you can. And triglycerides don't really seem to matter much either. Like, as long as you can keep them under 100, it's fine. The most important thing is ApoB. That's your total particle count. I think the cutoff for that is, I think it's 60, where you generally don't see any progression of atherosclerosis. So ApoB is the more important biomarker. If you can keep it below 80, that's pretty good, but I think 60 is ideal. Thanks, Dodo. Hope that helps. Yeah, this was a really weird game.
Now, I've seen my fair share of games.
Smells like bodies. Lots of them.
I said that before. Apparently the waste runoff has valuable data.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Are you taking nandrolone phenylpropionate? If you did, how did you feel on it? Yeah, I take nandrolone phenylpropionate sometimes. I feel it helps with joints and healing. I take a very, very small dose. The small dose seems to work fine for that. Just 5 milligrams a day. So if I notice my joints are aching or I have like a little nagging injury, I'll take 5 milligrams nandrolone phenylpropionate per day, which is a very, very small dose, but it seems to work. And I feel fine on it. I actually get a nice, pleasant, kind of euphoric feeling from nandrolone. So yeah, it is a very, very, very small dose though. Based childhood. Let me see. My childhood sucked. I hated being a kid. Absolutely fucking hated it. Dude, I came so close to just ending my life so many fucking times when I was a kid. Yeah, I played Splinter Cell Double Agent. I think I got the PS3 version. The graphics were really great, especially on certain levels like that snow level where you were in the Arctic. The game was fucking weird though. I didn't like that like hub area where you had to do the double agent shit. It was just really tedious. It was a neat concept, but I didn't really like that. It was a fun game overall. Chaos Theory was better though. That last Splinter Cell game that came out where they got the different voice actor, that was actually a very good game. Story wasn't as good, you know, the voice acting wasn't as good, but the actual gameplay was pretty great. I also liked Conviction. Conviction was fun. Thanks, Based.
Games get drugged through the mud online, but what's been going on with Marvel's Wolverine has been a sight to see. We've been getting more hands-on footage with the game set to release in about a month, and yeah.
Is Dishonored 2 good? People say it's good. I've never played it.
Yeah, this is AAA gaming at its finest. The action sequences in Wolverine are insane, and exactly what we've come to expect from first-party PlayStation games.
Cover you as best I can from here.
Message is in the prison. Get ahead.
I got it.
Get around. Gates closed. No.
You see how this looks, right?
The XP bar going up throughout the clip is just sending me. It's like, yes, you did such a...
It's a video game. People are complaining about experience points in a video game?
good job holding R2 and pushing up on the left stick, or pressing L3 for 20 seconds. Now, to be fair, there was combat gameplay after this, but maintaining the agenda is the top priority here. Yeah, people have had a lot to say about this game.
Dude, just kill me. I just don't want to hear people's stupid opinions.
Once, but you wouldn't stop talking about mutant blood and gene splicing. Freaked me out.
At least the money's good. Wouldn't deal with this shit if it wasn't.
You got your knife?
It's funny. Tossing mutants away like garbage. Gotta get Essex out of this place.
Specialist, huh?
The guy who's playing this game sucks at it.
Quick, this ain't about me. If you think this makes up for quitting the team, I'm just repaying my debt. Shit that's a hit for you. Not even close. Go, go, go!
There's two of them now?
You remember what I taught you, Runt?
People were complaining about this too, like literal tutorial sections teaching you how to do the combat.
I remember just fine. Get back! Now you're just showing off.
People are complaining because all gameplay is brain dead and popular IPs are being co-opted to tell different monitor. Nobody's played the game. So how do you know the gameplay is brain dead?
Doesn't this feel good? I know you missed this.
And the combat in Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 are great, so they have a good track record for making good combat systems, so...
Walk right by this guy.
Yeah, the Spider-Man 2 story was terrible. The actual gameplay was great. They made huge improvements to the combat system. A lot of the missions were also bad. Like it was like I don't know what the fuck they're doing. It was just go to this area, do a puzzle, go to this area, mission over. Like there's too many of those. And the Mary Jane sections.
Don't
Oh my
wanna
god.
talk? Fine by me!
Oh yeah, and people were complaining about this too. Like, who fucking cares?
The hell? Time for this. Kill every last one
Like, so far, this looks good to me. You meant this Spider-Man, right?
Help! Is anybody there? Help me!
Mary Jane!
Please!
Hey, you made it!
Venom!
I'd let you see your wifey poo, but she's in the bath right now.
No, not that one. Thanks, dude. Dodo. It's just a stupid chase section, and all it is an action set piece. I don't know why people are like, there's like a trail, so it's easier to follow them. It's like, why would you want that section to be tedious and difficult? Egyptian authorities arrest shop owner over jihad-themed apparel. Radical Islamic associated jihad. Either convert to Islam or pay jizya. We love death as you love life. Well, that's good. Glad they arrested him. President is making U.S. policy friendlier to North Korea and Russia than Canada and Oman. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Don't care.
Threatened to bomb Oman, a key U.S. ally, if they get in the way of U.S. efforts to try to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Do these comments from Trump right now, do they really strain this relationship with Oman? Because Oman's been deeply involved behind the scenes in trying to work out a peace deal with Iran.
It's very confusing. I mean, you know, the memorandum of understanding that we signed up to, of course, it's defunct now, but it actually called on Oman and Iran to get together to try and figure out what a governance structure would look like. So
For the Strait of Hormuz.
For the Strait of Hormuz. So I don't know that they were definitely doing it pursuant to that idea or not, or whether they were actually working against us. But I'm sure Oman is thinking to themselves right now, we're trying to be a intermediary for peace. We're trying to achieve.
Have you ever heard a president of the United States threaten to bomb the quote shit out of a key U.S. ally the way the president has said today in terms of Oman?
Not offhand at all.
This might be a sign of legitimate cognitive decline, and he's just going nuts.
Threatened to bomb Oman, a key U.S. ally, if they get in the way of U.S.
I saw that one.
threatened to bomb.
Oh my god. Okay, I don't care, dude. I'm not watching this. Thanks, Dodo.
You gotta talk to Essex. They got Walter.
I'll cover you as best I can from here.
Essex is in the prison! Don't waste time telling us! Just save him!
Detected. Exterminate.
Dodo.
No time to think of consequences.
It's hard for me to tell if that's a male or a female. So this fat, out of shape, weak loser is talking about how meat is great for you. Literally can't even lift. Is this a good thing? China has introduced strict new regulations for online influencers. Under the new rules, content creators must possess a relevant university degree or professional certificate before they can discuss specialized topics, such as medicine, finance, education. No, they're just doing this so that they can control information online. Grifter is so dumb and cringe. This is the level of respect America gets when Trump is in charge. Even Kim Jong-un is on the phone. Like, okay. That's dumb. Thanks, Dodo.
Introduce humanity's protector and humankind's extinction. The Sentinel.
Exterminate.
They brought the fucking robot to stop us!
If you say so. The Sentinel can take anything you throw at it.
Speak now! On my position! No!
Yeah, so I'm hopeful.
Let's get on to
I don't think the game looks bad.
Lots of discussion about EQ being woo. I should have talked about that, but we talked about Primo, a substitute for Primo and Mass due to shortages. Boom. Sir, you are 100% correct on that. So equipoise, this is a horse steroid, right? And equipoise.
Wolverine would never slash at the Sentinel's wrist over and over like that. He'd jump on his face. That's great. Don't care. Trump truthed that AI video of Kim Jong-un on his Truth Social for real, by the way, and then that idiot and his MAGA brain deads saying how he's commanding respect from Kim Jong-un. And Trump is a tough guy and avoiding a war with North Korea. Yeah, that's dumb. Thanks, Dodo.
They do. That's another dry type drug, and it's a very powerful drug, right? And that's a very strong, like, tested.
I found Masteron is stronger than Boldnone, like from an anabolic perspective. At higher doses, EQ makes you really veiny. which is cool.
An EQ, that is old school. But this drug class 2 definitely was supplanted because we couldn't get with the shortages, right? So guys were using a EQ, and that's a powerful combination for muscle building, and it's also powerful for side effects for erythrocytosis, building up the red blood cells. So I thought that was that's a great question, sir, because I'd like to know, are we coming out of the shortages? I just haven't had my ear to the ground in a very long time. Next question. Great question, sir. You are right. What are the thoughts on YK11 again? And I'm a dumb guy who was on the third drug. So I'm really an expert in internal medicine. I'm great for not having some of these are research, these are research chemicals, right? And they were Osterin was okay, dude.
Why insulin for leg day and risks? It helps with anabolism. It basically drives nutrients, particularly carbohydrates and proteins, into the muscle cell. You'll actually find there's some type 1 diabetics who are natural lifters who look like they're on steroids. They're weirdly jacked, and it's because of the insulin. Insulin is pretty anabolic, and when you use it in combination with androgens and growth hormone, it seems to work that much better. The risks are you could go hypoglycemic, and that can kill you through two different ways. You can go into a hypoglycemic coma and die. Also, a severe hypoglycemic state can create this weird metabolic cascade that can result in a heart attack. That's why targets for glucose lowering for diabetics have been changed, where they don't want to lower glucose too aggressively because it triggers heart attacks in diabetics. Thanks there, Richard.
Dude, I almost died 4 days after my hip last year. Oh, it was about over a year ago. It was July of last year, and I did a video on it. So there's a video on how I almost died on the health portal on the public channel, right? Not on the subscription of the health portal. There is Testosterone Health Portal YouTube channel. Could put in Anabolic Doc or Testosteronology, Dr. O'Connor hip. He almost died, or something like this. And my guess is the SEO will give it to you. Wow. So some doctors now, because I do pre-ops, right, for some of my patients, some doctors now for surgeries, that's a big surgery. The hip and the knee,
No, Nocturnal Kent isn't right that eating sugar grows your jawbone. That had nothing to do with what I just said.
Next question. Be careful, sir. UGLs have injected Proviron, and bioavailable mass says 3 milligrams of oral Proviron. Would you recommend Proviron to ET control, at least mild test at 300 a week? This is a brilliant. I heard this too. So let me look at this. Have injectable Proviron, bioavailable mass at 3 milligrams. So
I've never heard of injectable.
I'm not here, guys, for political correctness. Can I run SIP, EQ, and low dose trend? And sir, you can do whatever you like. That's a classic combination: testosterone, cypionate, equipoise, and then tren ace, right? So that's a classic. There's going to be, when you look for those kind of, boy, it's going to get you. You look great already, sir. So, and that's a classic combination, right? You're kind of mixing all the drug kind of classes, and not all the drug classes. It's like 2 classes, but testosterone classes, right? And tren itself is a nandrolone, but man, and equipoise itself, right? Testosterone. So, but it builds a lot of muscle. If depending on how lean you are, your genetics, ain't no one's got Ronnie Coleman's genetics. I mean, I was on 250 tests and my estrogen was 210. Then I added Primo for 2 weeks and I brought my estrogen down. Okay. I don't know if
people freak out about their estrogen score. Like, as long as you're not getting side effects from it, who the fuck cares? So weird.
All right, next question. I've experimented with Primo and Mast with estrogen. Primo absolutely keeps estrogen down. Masteron 100% does not keep. Wow. So was the 70s golden era D-ball Primo combos true for this reason? DHD, dude. There's no free lunch, brother. There ain't no.
I've been running Masteron for a while. It's had no effect on my hair. I might just not have a lot of androgen receptors in my scalp, but nothing's had any effect on my hair. How come you don't bring Pat on stream anymore? She's busy. Thanks for the donation, dude.
9 months on TRT and not a damn thing. Wow. Nothing but panic attacks and anxiety. Not for me. Wow. Thank you, sir. Thank you, TC Keith, TCS Keith. Guys, you see the truth? Now, hold on, sir. This is where, like, was your testosterone really low? Maybe it wasn't that low. Or this is like, I don't know.
It's extremely rare for anybody to get anxiety symptoms on TRT. He probably had an idiot doctor who was giving him like 50 milligrams a week or something, or he was injecting like once every 2 weeks or some shit. Like that's really the only explanation.
I don't know what to say. My heart goes out to you. Next question. What about low dose Masteron for mood, libido, and slice? Yeah, sir. So, and I've tried it for years. Combinations of testosterone, TRT, with baby doses of Masteron, and then for a few weeks, maybe a month or so, and then
None of your business.
And then switching over to Primo, Masteron, Primo. This is just for the mood and for this. It's true. So, hello, Doc. I'm going to switch from Test C to Test E, currently pinning twice a week. Given the shorter half-life of Test E, it's only one day.
I don't know why people don't pin every day. It's not a big fucking deal. People are so fucking stupid and lazy. Like, especially if you just use insulin syringes and it's just a TRT dose. Like, it takes 2 seconds.
That's okay. Should I inject frequency to 3 days? That's a great, dude, I see this all the time. A shot. Wednesday, a shot. Friday. And then over the weekend, sleep. Doctor, please tell me how to increase sexually binding globin 1 cycle.
Why in the hell would you want to increase SHBG? These people are fucking stupid. Why did you donate the same thing again? It's none of your fucking business, dude. Shut up.
I've had low sexual binding for long, and it's been hell. I've tried coming off 1 year. That did it.
I've had low SHBG, and it's been hell. What the These people are fucking retarded. Like, actually retarded.
Glomerular filtration rate. Sorry, guys. So your kidney function is 58. It's technically just under. It's stage 3 kidney disease potentially. You take 120 milligrams. Can I add 60 of Primo without major kidney damage? What a great question, sir. So let's talk about this. Is internal medicine. Okay. So you have
Yeah, lower SHBG just means more free test. Just more anabolism. Like, these people are genuinely retarded.
What I want to heal and help every single one of you, but I can't. What about the DA?
Yeah, I do want to move to Florida. Like, I genuinely do want to do that. I might have an opportunity to in the nearish future. Sorry, man. Just curious because she used to be on stream. Yeah, who the fuck cares? Just wondering if she doesn't have time for that anymore. It's none of your fucking business how my relationship is going. It's fine. Why are you making assumptions? Like, I told you she's busy, and then you're like, is the relationship okay? Are you guys breaking up? Like, shut the fuck up. If we broken up, I'll just tell you I'm single. Thanks. I really hope that Supreme Court ruling comes back showing the gun bans unconstitutional. Oh man, just fuck the liberals. Can't wait to see your IRL streams with Jack Doherty and Island Boys. Yeah, that's not happening. Thanks, dude.
You've cut back on food, you're hungry all day, but the belly fat still won't budge. Or maybe you eat well, and you've even lost some weight, but the belly fat still looks the same. Well, here's the part that no one tells you. Eating less is part of why it won't shift. This is not a willpower problem, and this is the most important part of this video. Instead, I want to show you how to work with the body's own pathways to get rid of that deep belly fat. So here I'm talking about the visceral fat that surrounds the heart, liver, and other organs. And lever number 1, healthy proteins. Protein is one of the most filling things that you can eat. So for example, in one 12-week study, people simply raised the amount of protein in their diet from 15% of calories to 30%. And they were told to eat as much as they wanted. And without even trying, they ate about 441 fewer calories a day, and they lost about 4 kilograms of fat. Again, no one was starving in that weight loss group. They just felt fuller, so they stopped eating sooner. You're not outwilling hunger, you're removing it. Now, please don't misunderstand me here. I'm not talking about buying protein shakes or highly processed foods that have just had a bit of protein added to them. What I'm talking about is adding in whole foods that are high in protein, and I'll explain which whole food proteins shortly. Protein also does one more thing. When you lose weight, it can protect your muscles. So every weight loss strategy, you will lose some trial. Overweight adults who drank coffee, their visceral fat fell more compared to the control group. As one more food lever, and this is the best one. It's not a single food, but the whole pattern on what is on the plate. So this is lever number 6. Eat more plants, and particularly colorful ones. In a large trial of 3 groups who ate for 18 months, one group followed the healthy, normal guidelines, another one ate a visceral fat, even if the weight scale never moves. So a huge review of 117 studies involving nearly 5,000 people pulled apart what actually shrinks visceral fat, and the answer flips everything. In the absence of weight loss, exercise is related to 6.1% decreases in visceral fat compared to diet alone. Now, the barrier that most people hit again.
You move to Florida, you won't be near your friend Isaac or your mom anymore. Won't that be a problem for you now? Thanks, dude. You know what? It's 5 a.m. Should probably get some sleep. Don't want to fuck up my whole sleep schedule. The good news is, though, it's a rest day tomorrow, so I will be able to stream without any interruptions. Don't have to go out, do anything. So, well, it's a rest day today, technically. So, I'm gonna get some sleep. We'll do, like an early kind of afternoon stream thing, play some games. We'll do, some Battletoads runs. Maybe play the Gears of War beta. And some other shit. And then, we will do a normal stream in the evening. But hope you all had fun.